This episode gives us more insight into both Luke's family and his personality, which ultimately leads us to the battle of today, brother versus sister. That's right, the long-awaited duel between Luke and Tiger happens. Kind of. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today let's talk all things episode 64 of the YuGiOh SEVENS anime series. An overall decent episode of Sevens to help showcase our characters in a bit more of a deeper light while progressing the plot forward. So without further ado, let's start off by talking about the character of Luke. Now we all knew that Luke had a dislike towards gears. He even says so himself within a previous episode. Plus, he completely shreds up YuGiOh's wallpaper, which, I'm not gonna lie, just seems highly disrespectful. You wouldn't go into anybody's house and go, I don't like your wallpaper, rip it all to pieces, because that's rude. Nevertheless though, we learn why he has this dislike towards gears. It stems from his family's expectations of him carrying on the family business. Being that he is his own person with dreams and desires for the future, Luke does not want to spend every day working as a gear craftsman, just to live up to his family's expectations. So, to Luke, his actions in joining Goha, in his own mind, are justified. Well, that's where the fanbase and everyone else would disagree. Now, although I can see where Luke's character is coming from in terms of him just wanting to live his own life, striving towards his own goals and aspirations, I just can't feel sorry or sympathize with the character, because his actions, in my opinion, are not justified. If he had issues with his family wanting him to basically carry on the family business, then he himself must prove to them that he can take a different path in life. Running away and joining Goha is not the correct decision in this situation, because it shows disloyalty. Luke betrayed his friends. It also shows dishonesty, in that he turned his back on his real family. Plus, overall, it showcases a high level of immaturity when you run away from a responsibility instead of trying to find a solution to fix the problem that you currently have. Now, granted, in Luke's defense, he is still a child, but as we've seen many times before within Sevens, he is very immature, even when compared to other characters within the series of his own age. The idea of Luke needing to prove himself that he is mature enough to follow his own dreams is something that Tiger was trying to teach him. To me, she wasn't trying to win Luke back so that Luke could be tied down by the family's wishes. Tiger just wants her brother back, as she genuinely cares about him and hates to see him being used / mistreated by other people. We've seen firsthand just how much Tiger cares about her younger brother. In previous episodes, she was looking for him out in the freezing snow within her flashback. She's been watching over his duels and his actions upon rooftops, and she even confronted Yuga to make sure that he was a good influence on her brother. Yes, you could argue that Tiger gets very angry at Luke whenever he does something stupid. And this episode is no different. She gets very loud and fiery. But all of that fury, I think, stems from her frustration / disappointment. As ultimately, she just wants her brother to progress and develop and grow. But still, he's not taking or showing any responsibility for his actions, nor is he showing any signs of maturing. I mean, come on, Luke doesn't even know where his own underwear is kept. He's still relying on his mommy to dress him. And not gonna lie, after this episode, I think Luke does need some new underwear, because he was getting very scared of his sister throughout that duel. All in all though, I do think Tiger is a very caring sister that always watches over her brother and tries her best to guide him towards his own goals and aspirations. She'll even call him out on his antics, which is most likely one of the main reasons as to why Luke gets so scared whenever she's around. Luke's always scared at messing up or disappointing his sister with his actions, that whenever her name gets mentioned, he goes into the state of fear and panic. But again, you can't fault Tiger for being the great sister that she is. She's just trying her best with the resources that she's got. Now then, moving on to the duel side of things. I thought it was rather fun. I like the emotion being shown from all characters involved, both in the duel and on the sidelines. Was I upset with Tiger losing? Yes. However, I do not feel like this harms the character in the slightest. After all, Tiger lost to pretty much both Luck and the Luke man, so technically she didn't really lose to Luke himself. And had the mask not intervened, Luke wouldn't have activated that trap card, thus Tiger would have won the duel. Getting a level 7, which gives Luke enough life points to survive with 100 left over, and getting both Fire and Ice Dragon in the graveyard for the effect to activate, was just down to pure luck. If that luck hadn't have been in Luke's favour, Tiger would have won this duel easily. Another example of Luke/the Luke man getting lucky in a ridiculous way was with Pot of Greed. Before drawing 2 extra cards, he did not have the Star Dragon or the Fusion card within hand. However, he drew 2 cards thanks to Pot of Greed's effect, and of course, he ended up getting both materials needed. Yu-Gi-Oh really does like to do that, don't they? Tiger was in control throughout 80% of this duel, making her look strong within her defeat. Okay, so moving away from the duel, let's talk about YuGiOh. And I think he underestimated how annoying being with Luke can actually be. Because from being called Oni-chan and having his wallpaper torn to pieces, YuGiOh looked worn out / fed up. But all of that changes once the duel ends. As YuGiOh ended up getting what he needed, he now has his most powerful puppet. That's right, with Luke now being the Luke man and YuGiOh having him tangled in his strings, he now has a more powerful and interesting ally on his side. I love the use of the word puppet when bringing Luke back up to the ship, as the whole crew now knows that Luke is being used, so why hide that fact? Using the word puppet to describe Luke just helps add to the dark aura / vibe the series had with YuGiOh's character and makes him more antagonistic, which I absolutely loved. I also found it slightly creepy when seeing how excited YuGiOh became once the Luke man appeared. It reminded me of a kid watching his favourite hero save the day and getting all excited at seeing his awesomeness. It's clear that the Luke man was YuGiOh's real target all along, which also confirms the fact that YuGiOh did not lose to the Luke man on purpose in that duel. That loss was genuine. It wasn't scripted, nor was it staged. Now finally, let's talk about Yuga. Seeing the Goha siblings minus YuGiOh asking Yuga for help felt a little bit as though they were taking advantage of his kindness. Yes, Yuga is a kind-hearted soul, and he did help the proprietress drone, or granny drone, and the fate of Goha City is on the line, but the siblings were the ones who wanted to destroy Yuga's creation. They wanted to destroy Rush Jewels, and now they want his help. Sorry, but if I was Yuga, I would say no. I wouldn't help them. However, that isn't very protagonistic, so I guess Yuga is going to help the siblings out and ultimately save the city and save Rush Jewels at the same time. We haven't really been getting much focus on Yuga within the past few episodes, so seeing these starting to piece together a plan of action does get me excited for things to come in the future. But what is his plan moving forward? Honestly, I don't know. The fact that YuGiOh is involved, maybe Yuga wishes to have YuGiOh challenge the Luke man to a riding rush duel. That could be interesting, I guess. Or maybe Yuga wants his own drone helmet. And maybe we could get a the Luke man versus the Road man duel. That would just be ridiculous, but I wouldn't put it past Sevens to do that. Honestly, I've just got no idea. But I'm just happy to see Yuga get more involved within the plot once again. If you have any ideas, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that particular topic. So overall, this was a good episode, and next week's looks to be a great one, as it looks to be two former antagonists dueling each other. Neil versus Asana. Now, does this mean that Asana is going to be dueling Neil after finding Tiger? Because we see a shot of Tiger being all beaten up and unconscious. Maybe Tiger once again tries to act like the big kind sister that she is and goes off to find Luke again. But she fails because Neil gets in the way, preventing her. Anyway, I can't wait to see what happens unfold in the next episode. It's going to be awesome. So let me know in the meantime your thoughts on episode 64, this episode, in the comments down below. And hopefully you've enjoyed this review. If you have, comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And of course, I'll be seeing you next time. Have a great day. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.